myself.
Yeah.
Hello and welcome to the
Hello and welcome. First and foremost, Assalamu alaikum. My name is Jamal Ali JB, as a lot of us know me by that name, and I'm here in the studio with guests. Now, we have a packed schedule to turn on, and everybody's tuning in are all excited as to what the draw is going to be and what the outcome is going to be. So first, or before we kick off, let me introduce you to my guests. First of all, going round, this is Shaidur here. Would you like to introduce yourself, Shaidur?
Yeah, I'm Shaidur Rahman, part of BEAP Community Partnership, part of the management team.
Next
My
person.
name is Faisal Islam. I'm director of Blessings Daycare and Nursery.
I'm Nasir. I'm organising the event, tournament, the complete tournament, yeah.
Well, in the footballing world, I'm sure everybody knows Nasir, and he knows no introduction whatsoever. So, let's sort of crack on, shall we? I've got a script in front of me, so everything what I'm doing this evening is live. Nothing is rehearsed, as you may well know, and you probably were sort of giggling to yourselves that mistakes do happen, and everything when in front of a camera, who knows what happens. So, to the script. This is all about the Super Cup, the forthcoming Super Cup that's going to be held here in Leeds, Yorkshire, in a special place called Boddington. But more about that later. Introduction about the Super Cup. Would you like to say something about the Super Cup?
Yeah, well, the BEAP SuperCup, on the back of the Super League, which we organised a successful league that just happened a few months ago. We've been doing football tournaments for a while, and quite a while we've done national tournaments with Nasir Bhai here, and we just want to make sure this year, it's going to be the biggest show in England, and we mean it. In terms of the footballing activity, the facilities, everything is fantastic.
I can imagine that it's really something to look forward to. But you actually mentioned one special name there, Nasir, and he's also a guest with us. Tell us about Nasir.
Well, Nasir Bhai, as everybody knows, has been involved with footballing for a long time. I think what he brings is connections, where we've done quite local events, footballing events and tournaments. What Nasir Bhai brings is those contacts across the UK from all over England, and that's why I think we work extremely well together.
Fantastic. And I think, just for the viewers here, Nasir Bhai is very well connected, north and south. He's become a footballing household name. I'm not yet just about to say he's a legend just yet. He's still fully fit. But let's hear from the man himself. Nasir, over to you.
Yeah, what do I say? I mean, Shaidur Rahman said most of the stuff I was going to say, but I've been organising for the last 20 years, tournaments. Alhamdulillah, since I've actually shaken down with BEAP and Shaidur Rahman, they took us to a next level of football, and the organising, the facilities, and as you know, this year we're not just doing 11-a-side tournament, but there's a big package coming with it, including a cash prize for the winners and runners-up. And I don't think anyone else has done that around the UK. So it's all thanks to BEAP and the team around the BEAP.
Right. So that must take a great chunk of your time. Tell us why you're doing this. Why do you do this?
Why I do it is just passion. After having 4 heart attacks, I still love it. People say, why are you not dropping out? I can't. Like this guy here. I always say to him, why are you doing it? But he says, I can't live without it. Same here. I said, after doing an event, I walk away. I said, that's my final. Then I come back next day. I said, you know what? We need to do another one to keep us going.
Viewers, sports fans, it's the passion of the game that we all have in our blood. If we didn't have no passion, I don't think we'll all be here. Thank you, Nasir, for that. Moving on, we're going to introduce our next special guest, and this person can introduce himself. I'm sure he's got a lot to say, but for BEAP, he's working in partnership as a sponsor for this tournament. And I'm going to introduce you to my second guest, Mr. Faisal.
Assalamu alaikum everybody. Some of you may have heard Blessings Daycare and Nursery. We operate mainly in the Bradford area, working with young people from age 1 all the way up to 15. It's very special for us to have the opportunity to sponsor the BEAP tournament. It's going to be one of UK's largest tournaments, and you know, it's going to be a big spectacle. Can't wait for it to happen. And it fits into what we want to do for the future as well, in supporting young people move into football, getting more young people, including girls, into football, and building a football academy in partnership with BEAP. So, like I said, you know, we're happy and we're honoured to take part in the sponsorship side. Yeah.
Thank you, Faisal. It's a big thing when we talk about charity and sponsorship, and the important thing is what you're doing is you're including everybody, and it's a really good thing that you've actually said. Tell us a bit more about, you're doing sports development, aren't you? Tell us a bit more about that.
That's correct, yeah. So as part of our nursery and our partnership work with BEAP, we're creating a sports development program, which also includes other sports. We have already started our football academy in partnership with BEAP, which runs every Sunday, and that's from mixed age group, and also for girls as well. So, and it's run by FA qualified coaches. So we want to give our youngsters the best opportunities to progress in football.
No doubt, absolutely. Thank you for that. Right, so we just move on to our next guests. So we're going to look for the next part of the segment of the show. We're going to sort of swap around. Lovely. So to join us on the couch, shall we say, we've got a few more guests. Now, let me first of all come in and just introduce our new guests that are on the couch with us and joining us this evening. Can I actually ask you to introduce yourself to us?
Yep, so my name is Hiram Mia. I'm the chair of BEAP Community Partnership, and yeah, you know, we're just looking forward to organising this event.
Thank you for joining us this evening. Your next person is my next guest.
It's Kobid Mia from Leeds. I'm chairman of Nano FC and also a founder of Nano Sports Foundation.
Lovely, thank you for joining us. And last but not least, introduce us to yourselves.
My name is Riaz Ali. I'm based in Bradford 3, part of the community outdoor events and programs in the Bradford 3 area, and this is exciting as well for me as well to join this as well.
You've been involved in football for quite some time.
For a while, yes, I've been playing football as well for a while. For those who see me, those who recognise me, I've been in the mainstream football. A lot of tournaments around nationally. We used to play like the old school football. It wasn't easy, but alhamdulillah, we're still there. We're still playing football. We're still around football, and that's what keeps us together.
Thank you for that. I think what he's trying to say is still alive and kicking, but not to mention that you're a bit of a legend, aren't you?
I don't know if it was classed as a legend, but we used to enjoy football. That's what used to keep us together.
Back in the days.
Kobid Bhai, and obviously he is one of our players that we used to play at the time, and we used to play a lot of football together. And I don't wanna.
He's a few years older than me.
Yeah.
But I watched myself, growing up watching him. And Jubadol at the time was the team that we used to play.
Oh, that's a household name. That's a household name.
In the 80s and 90s, they were winning tournaments non-stop. We were a few years younger, and we watched a legend like him, play over the years. And it's nice just to sit with him today, really.
Yeah.
Lovely.
But it was nice to watch and play football together. And the main thing is, at that particular time, football kept us together. That was the core.
That's a bonding, though, isn't it? The brotherhood. That's a bonding.
That was the main core bond.
Lovely.
And that's what kept. There wasn't much social media. There wasn't much, it was main physical, and football was the core thing. And we used to get at that time. They used to be around the community. They all used to enjoy watching football as well.
Mm-hmm.
They all come out of the space, come and watch, come onto the football pitch and support.
Thank you for that, Riaz. I've got to add at this stage is we've got a busy schedule, And the importance of this evening is to talk about the Super Cup. So without further ado, we're going to move on to questioning in terms of what is the Super Cup and how is it going to affect everybody in terms of those participating. So to my right, I'm going to ask Nasir again. Nasir, would you mind telling us a bit more about the competition? What's it involved? What's it about?
Super Cup, I mean, what is it about? I mean, BEAP is about working with the community partnership. Myself, it's not working with the community, with the partnership, as in getting these people off the streets, our especially Bangladeshi community youth.
Absolutely, yeah.
Football, since last year, since we started the league last year, till now, we were struggling for 11-a-side teams. Now, to this year on its own, there's 4 towns from the north of England has made 11-a-side teams in their own town. And I could name a few if you want me to. Teams like Hyde, they've got 11-a-side. Chester, Liverpool, they've come out with 11-a-side. Even Leeds was struggling.
Mm-hmm.
Am I right, Kabir? But they've come out with 11-a-side. So, alhamdulillah, I think there's something working.
So what you're saying is that the move, what you're doing in collaboration with BEAP, is a move forward, because we want to sort of mimic other towns that have been successful. So we want to bring the success here to our own very own town by way of putting this competition on.
I won't say our own town. I'll say the north of England.
So you're incorporating everybody.
We're everybody.
Fantastic.
We can't just.
Mashallah, that's really good.
Yeah, we
That's
can't
really
just
good.
say Bradford.
So Nasir, tell us how many teams are taking part in the Super Cup?
There's 15 teams participating.
15.
15. There's team coming from London, Luton, Milton Keynes, even West Brom side. The rest are from our northern England. But it's all Bangladeshis, as you know. And
Is it all strictly Bangladeshi?
all strictly Bangladeshis,
Right.
Unless 11 mixed caste, am I right? Yeah.
Mixed heritage.
A
Mixed heritage.
yes,
We've got a bit
so-
political PC here.
Yes.
Right. Okay. So I mean, the question on everybody's mind is, what's the prize about? What they're gonna get?
I mean, prize is 3,000 for the winners, but I think before they step on the pitches, on the ground.
Is that £3,000 or
For the
Bangladeshi
win-
taka?
No, that's £3,000 in
Right. For
pounds.
the euros.
£3,000.
Sterling.
Yeah, and there's 1,000 for the runners up. But
Oh, so they get.
Yeah. And
Brilliant.
then, I mean, there's more to the ground that we actually booked. Tournaments going to be held. The ground.
I'm going to come on to that because there's
This-
something special you want to talk about on the
It's
ground.
very special. Very,
Is it
very.
like is it true what they say? Is it carpet?
No, I don't know what's carpet, but it is. It's more like a grass. Honestly, it's more like grass, but it's.
Is it
3G.
4G?
It's
Thank
it's
you, Kobe. 4G.
4G, yeah.
4G. Now,
And there's 3 ground. I've never been to a ground. There's 3 pitches. That's really professionally done. The car parking. Everywhere you go, there's a parking issue. Alhamdulillah, that place has enough parking space. Then the changing rooms. We have a problem with changing rooms. Showers not working. Inshallah, everything should be working in this place because.
So what I'm hearing for the viewers is we've got free car parking, so that shouldn't be an issue.
There shouldn't be
Yep.
issue.
Am I right there? Okay, we've got how many changing rooms?
We've got 4 changing
Not
rooms.
1, 2, but 3.
4.
4.
4.
Right, 4 changing rooms, brilliant. The facilities are top notch,
Inshallah.
inshallah, okay. We have the results in terms of how the competition throughout the day, how the progress is, the update, that's going to be live, it's going to be sent out to everybody.
Yeah.
As the teams play, the results coming in.
Yeah.
Brilliant, excellent. If I've missed anything out, I probably might not know, but there is also the safety aspect of the game. First aid will be on site. Is that right?
That's right. Yeah.
Brilliant. Okay, last but not least, from yourself, Nasir, because I've got to move on to the other guests as well, especially here on me, sort of waiting so patiently, and we're going to give him his limelight as well. You did mention it's a Bangladeshi competition.
Yeah.
So from the Bangladesh competition, there's got to be a strict rule, hasn't there? Even if you have certain teams that are playing with mixed heritage,
Yeah.
how do you sort of police that in terms of how do you look at the issues of that to see whether it's genuine or not?
Because I am quite connected around the country, well connected in every town. Alhamdulillah, people knows me and I know people around different towns. So they could be in touch with me,
Mhm.
and I'll look into that
Right.
with the people in that area, with the people in that town or cities.
So you will do your due
I will do
diligence
my due
beforehand,
yeah,
not on the day.
definitely, yeah.
So there should be no confusion. Brilliant, thank you. There will be ball boys.
You know, there'll be at least 4 ball boys in each pitches.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
We
There'll
need
be
that.
4 referees on each pitches as well.
Okay. So thank you for explaining a bit more about the Super Cup. I want to, at this moment in time, move to my next guest and thank him for sitting on the couch with us. Let me bring you in to speak to Hiron, and Hiron will explain the rules and the regulations of the actual football tournament on the day. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. So the rules, obviously, the basic rule is obviously it's going to be played to FA rules. So following the FA rules, normal 11-a-side rules, offside, all of that will be in play. It's a squad of 18. So and you can have five subs.
5 subs.
5 subs per match.
Mhm.
Although it's a squad of 18. you can
Have
have
the
5
rules actually, for more transparency for the viewers as well,
subs.
have the rules actually been posted out to the
Yes,
relevant
yeah,
teams?
yeah.
They have.
So all the teams
Brilliant.
should have received.
So we
set
just,
rules.
obviously, for the time schedule, we can't go through all the rules.
No,
We're going through a few rules that we think that were important for
that's
you
correct.
for you to touch upon.
So things like red cards. So red card, depending on the severity of the incident, will mean it could be an exclusion from the tournament. 2 yellow cards in a particular game obviously means that they miss the next match. 2 yellow cards in the tournament. It doesn't have to be 2 games in a row, but any two yellow cards in the tournament will mean a suspension from the next game, depending on what the next game is.
Mhm.
So it's important that all the teams are adhering to the rules that we're setting out, particularly around health and safety, because that's what we're quite big on, and it's important that everybody stays safe. So wearing shin pads is mandatory. We will absolutely not allow anybody to go onto the pitch unless they are wearing shin pads, and I stress that point.
And the official will be there to enforce that.
Absolutely.
Fantastic. Just quickly touch upon the red card and yellow card issue. It's a competitive game. Everybody knows that. But we would rather have less of those cards, if not any cards at all. Play fairly. Play fairly in terms, and that's the actual emphasis. To play, fair play must prevail. Now I know it gets heated, everybody becomes competitive, but please, the officials, from what I understand, will not hesitate to pull cards out, and you will be booked. It goes down. Is that right?
Absolutely.
So,
Because the thing is, we are trying to do this properly, and we want the teams to be safe and to enjoy it as well.
yeah,
And most important, as Kobe will know, respecting the officials.
absolutely.
We cannot allow, and we will not allow,
There is
any
no
abuse
tolerance for misbehaviour.
towards
Yeah,
the officials
that's
or the
fantastic.
organisers as well. So we need to be safe as well.
Yes,
So
we do.
we will not. There's certain things we will have a red line to,
Yeah,
and abuse towards any officials or organisers will not.
absolutely.
Will
Even from
absolutely
our
be.
point, we cannot emphasise enough to respect the rules of the game and to respect each other as you play, to win, to be competitive. Thank you. Just quickly, can you explain a bit more in terms of how the system, in terms of the draw, is going to take place?
Okay.
I'm sure
Yeah.
everybody's sort of waiting to
Yeah,
get on with
so
it.
we'll be moving on to that obviously next. So we've got
Mhm.
3 pots. So we've got the Yorkshire pot, the North pot, and then we've got the Midlands and the South pot. So we'll draw the teams from the Yorkshire pot first, and they'll be assigned to groups A, B, and C.
So the understanding is that we will have 3 groups.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me just, for the viewers, reiterate. Yorkshire pot 1, for example, just for everybody's understanding out there, pot 1, North pot, and then we've got the Midlands and the South pot, pot 3.
Yeah.
So, okay, so what's the next stage?
So the next stage will then be to draw 3 teams from pot 2, the North pot, and then to assign them to groups A, B, and C.
Yep.
The third step will be to draw 3 teams from the Midlands and the South pot, and again to assign them to groups A, B, and C. So it'll be in order. So whenever the first one draws out of the pot, will be assigned to group A. Second one drawn out will be assigned to group B, and that's the order. Then we'll return back to the first pot, which is pot 1, the Yorkshire pot, and draw the remaining three teams from that, and then assign them to the 3 groups. Then we go back to the North pot, the second pot, and we draw the 2 remaining teams, which will then be assigned to groups A and B, and the remaining final ball in the last pot will then be assigned to group C.
I'm glad you actually said all that about himself, because you've completely baffled me. But it is a tried and tested way of being fair for everybody to be clear and transparent in terms of how the actual draw has been done. Is that right?
That is correct.
Fantastic.
Yes.
Well done.
So
Well,
we'll just bring in Faisal to come in and also to help with the draw. Right, so if you just move across, and what I'll do is I'll
right. Are you going to be mixing all the balls, or are they?
No, they'll do the mixing.
They'll do
themselves.
the-
I'll just hand them the pots
Yeah.
in the order, and then we'll assign them. So it
Right.
will work out, right? And all I want you to do is, when you've opened them up, if you could face camera number 4, hold it there for about 5 seconds, and then if you just show it to
No,
me,
that camera. I think that'll be easy because they're facing that.
So if I can ask you to give it a stir first.
All
please.
right.
No, stir.
A stir.
A stir, please.
I can't actually. Okay.
Just a
Stir.
stir. Right, that's it.
There we go.
So, Kobe, first ball. So this is for Group A. Group A, first team. Group A.
So we've got Blessings,
Blessings FC.
so Bradford team.
Okay.
No, number 1, isn't it?
And where do we put that?
If you give it to me, please. Thank you.
Right. Thank you. So that was Group 1, Blessings FC.
Right, so if you give it another stir, please. Okay. So this is for Group B.
Group B.
The suspense.
Sheffield, I'll show that first. Sheffield Bengal Tigers FC.
Sheffield Bengal Tigers
And that's
FC.
That's number 6. Okay. Just leave it back.
That
there.
was from which pot was that from?
The Yorkshire
This
pot.
is Group B.
Group B. You're doing Group B first, right? Okay.
So, can you just give it another stir, please? That's it, thank you.
Faisal.
And then Faisal, this is for Group C.
Okay. Bradford Kings FC.
Bradford Kings FC. That's for Group.
Number 2, and that's number 2. And that goes to Group C.
Group C.
Thank
That's
you.
scores on the door.
Okay,
Shadow.
so now we're going to move on to the North pot.
The North pot.
So that's pot number 2. So if you could give that a stir, please.
Grid in the world. Okay.
And if you could take
Bobby.
the first ball out. So this is for Group A from the North pot.
Group A.
FC Oldham.
FC Oldham. From North pot. FC Oldham has been drawn.
Yep.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so this
The
is
next
North
stir.
pot.
North
Group
pot.
B. Group B.
Yes.
Okay. They're all good teams, these are. Real Hyde FC.
Real Hyde FC. Group B. Pot 2.
Yeah. And it's number 11.
Number 11.
Number 11. Okay.
Okay, finally. Faisal.
Oh, wait,
Get ready for yours.
do this. We need to just. Whilst we're doing this. Right, so this is the last
Okay.
ball for Group C.
And that's number 10, Liverpool MBA FC.
Liverpool MBA FC. What was that?
That's Group C.
Group C. Liverpool MBFC.
Okay.
Next spot.
Okay. So now we're on to the Midlands and South pot. And if you could give that a stir, please. So this is for Group A.
MK Galacticos.
MK Galacticos. Number 13. Thank you.
Give that a stir, please, bro. Thank you.
What pot is that?
This is the Midlands and South pot.
Sylhet United FC, number 15.
Sylhet United FC, Midlands and South pot.
And
What
that
number is that?
going in
Number
Group
15.
Number 15.
Sylhet
Group
FC.
B.
Group B.
This is going in Group B.
Thank you.
Okay, and this is the final ball for Group C
Faisal.
from this round.
Bengal Spartan FC, number 12, sorry. Bengal Spartan FC.
Bengal
Number
Spartan FC, number 12 group.
Group C.
Group C.
Group C.
Okay, so now we're going to return back to the first pot, the Yorkshire pot.
Okay.
Thank you. So going back, so this is for Group A from the Yorkshire pot.
So Nano FC, that says.
Oh. Nano FC, Group A, number
Number 4.
number 4.
What are the chances of that drawing this out?
Coincidence?
Yeah. So this is for Group B from the Yorkshire pot.
Shunar Bangla FC, number 5.
Shunar
Bangla
Bangla.
FC, number 5.
Shunar Bangla FC, number 5. What
Yeah,
pot is
okay.
that?
This is going to Group B.
Group B.
Yeah, Group B.
And this is the final ball for Group C from the Yorkshire pot.
We've got Friendly United FC, number 3.
Friendly United FC, number 3. Which pot?
Group C.
Group C.
Okay.
Last few remaining balls.
Just give it a stir, please.
Okay, them two. Okay.
So this is going to Group A from the North pot.
Chester BFA FC.
Group A pot. Chester BF. Sorry, no,
BFA.
BFAFC. Number what number is it?
Number 8.
Number 8. Chester BFFC.
So
Number
this is going to Group A. Group A. And this is going to Group B.
You didn't stir it.
Yeah, just this is the last
Remaining
yeah,
ball.
last remaining
Okay.
ball. The Bassa FC, number 7.
Bassa FC, number 7.
Number 7.
And that was what that'll be to
That will be Group B. Yeah.
Group B, everybody.
Okay.
Group B.
Group B.
Okay. Last but not least, lone standing, one ball. Faisal. We're in suspense.
And the last ball. And this is going to Group C.
Group C, last ball.
We've got Rahma Sports Relief, number 14.
Rahma Sports
Sport
Relief. Rahma Sports Relief,
Funky, if you're
Number
watching,
14.
good luck.
Okay, thank you.
There you have it. Is that all done?
That's the
Viewers,
the group story.
all the teams have been drawn, and they've been drawn right in front of your very eyes. You've tuned in. We're all here. Nobody's left the seat, and we've actually sort of done the draw. Now, all the participants, all the teams participating, you will be notified. They will then obviously send out the table as in order. But just to repeat everything, I will sort of repeat what I do if my eyes are good. So, this is how the tables are. Group A, Blessings FC, FC Oldham, MK Galacticos, Nano FC, and Chester BFC. Group B, Sheffield Bengal Tigers FC, Real Hyde FC, Sylhet United FC,
Shunar Bangla.
Thank you, Kobe. Shunar Bangla FC and Bassa FC. And finally, Group C. Bradford Kings FC, if I can read properly. Liverpool NBA FC, Bengal Spartan FC, Friendly United FC, and in conclusion, Rama Sports Bradford. Rama Sports Relief. That's all your groups, and you'll be notified. Moving on to the last segment, I believe. The last thing, just to sum up. Sorry, beg your pardon. I've just had a notification. Kobe, is there anything that you would like to say about the whole tournament?
Well, Baisab, thank you. Well, I just want to say well done to BEAP and Nasir Bhai for pulling a fantastic Bangladeshi Super Cup tournament. Now, you need to understand, in the 80s and 90s, Baisab, the northern football was thriving. The Bangladeshis were playing in leagues. A lot of the players individually played in different clubs, but recently I've not seen that enough. So to pull the northern Bangladesh community is growing over the last few years, it has, and to pull this off, 15 teams, 15 Bangladeshi teams that are competing, and hopefully it'll inspire other Bangladeshis and the youngsters to come in and take part as well, you know. But
yeah, we hope so, inshallah.
Could be, you know, just another thing as well. We've got 3 pitches, is that correct? 3 pitches.
3 pitches.
3 pitches, I mean, which is a brilliant facility. I just want to emphasize on that, because previously, when we used to play tournaments, there used to be one pitch, maybe a couple of pitches, and we used to wait hours and hours before our next game, and we used to get cramps, and then and now it should be, you know, this is a brilliant facility. We've got 3 pitches. It's a massive bonus for this, and it'll be more like continuous play. So it is a bonus which we need to emphasize, that the facility here is absolutely brilliant as well.
Yeah, we have to finish quickly. Yeah. Because most people will probably have to go to work at 3 o'clock.
Yeah, you've got that in mind as well.
Drive back to all parts of the UK, but we don't want them to drive back to the or to their hometowns, because we've got a spectacular presentation event at Prestige Hall in the evening, where we will have, as usual, a full course buffet for everybody, for all our guests. Everyone's a guest coming from all over the UK, and in Bradford we'd like to take hospitality very seriously.
So we need to take days off, really.
You have to take a day off. That's the message. You have to take the days off and enjoy the buffet, and you know, again, thanking all the teams, you know, participating. It's going to be a really good day. I mean, obviously it's competitive,
sure inshallah,
but it's going to be a fantastic day with football, entertainment, and again, just thanking all the sponsors, Faisal in particular, our headline sponsor. He's been around recently. Everybody seemed to know him now, but he's been around for a while, but recently he's gone into the forefront, and he's always supported those projects, because footballing activity happens, but to a certain level you need obviously funding and backing, and with any organisation you need to make sure it all adds up.
Thank you, Shahidul. I couldn't agree with you more.
I've got one question for Kobe Bhai. Obviously Nanu FC and Blessings FC are in the same group, Group A, so that would be
I don't want any fights.
It's
a good job I'm in the middle.
So what do you think? Obviously you've seen Blessings FC, and obviously you've seen Nanu
do you know,
FC.
I'm going to be quite straightforward. You know, in the north, the football hasn't been brilliant over the years, but recently it's starting to come again. And it's going to be very interesting, you know, with the northern team, especially with Oldham, Forad and the elite boys. You know, they'll have a good team there. Milton Keynes, always good. Alumbai and his brother Zakir. Nanu FC, obviously we've been preparing, but we've got a young side, very young. All below 21. Chester, I know most of the guys that are managing the teams, you see. So we've got Chester, Imran Bhai, who's got a mixture of players from the Midlands, Oldham, Chester, Liverpool together. So that's a pretty tough group, you know. Pretty tough group. I'll tell you what. I'd say so. I'd say so. That's a very tough group. And then Group B by Sib, you've got Sheffield, who's Kayumbai's team,
Yeah.
and his brothers. They've been playing really well in the last 2 years. I've watched them. They've been very, very good.
They had a stand-up play in a Super League.
Yeah, yeah.
He did
But
very
generally,
well. Yeah.
on 11-a-side platform,
Yeah.
they've been performing quite well recently.
Yeah.
Thank you, Kobe. I just want to sort of come in there because for viewers, we are in the process of putting up all the teams, the groups A, B, and C for you to actually see. We'll be shortly putting the teams on. Is it on now? I've been told it's on now. So the teams are on there for you to look. We're just sort of having a small discussion about the football tournament itself, but I want to just pick up on one issue that Shaidu, you brought up, is hospitality has always been our remit from...
Our USP in Bradford.
That's right, yes, because I think everybody talks about whenever they come to a tournament, the warm welcome that we give out through BEAP and the NRC, the presentation, well, that too in itself, right, is something that people talk about. And I like to, when a tournament, comes to an end and you're going to get a winners and you're going to losers, obviously there'll be teams that, have not lost or not done so well. But they always say, look, we can look at it next year. We can do better. We can perform better. But it's the family getting together. It's a feeding. Now, we didn't mention one thing, and it is definitely there, and I know that for sure. On the day, there will be refreshments served. There will be refreshment. Is that right? There will be refreshments served.
Yeah, is already thinking fruits and crisps and water for
plenty of water.
Everybody that comes in as a standard. So people just need to bring themselves.
Right.
I think all the teams are on the screen.
Mm-hmm.
So if we can just go through all.
We can go through them.
Yeah.
Would you like me to sort of go through them again?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So going back with the actual group table, starting from Group A, Blessings FC, Oldham FC,
Yeah.
NK Galactico FC, Nano FC, and Chester BFA FC. That's Group A. Moving on to Group B, Sheffield Bengal Tigers FC, Real Hyde FC, Select United FC, and BSA FC. And I think I've not mentioned Shunar Bangla. Apologies, Shunar Bangla. Yes, you're in there, Group B. And finally, Group C. Bradford Kings FC, Liverpool MBA FC, Bengal Spartan FC, Friendly United FC, Rahma Sports Relief FC. Now, the thing I need to sort of emphasize again is the actual teams are in no particular order. They have actually been read out as we have live by our guests, pull the balls out with their names. So they're not in any particular order. That's down to the day to play the game. To play the game, weather permitting, everything will be decided on the day. And I'm going to try and wrap up this thing just to mention a few things, just to sum everything up as well. Thank you for tuning in, looking at in terms of how we've done things. Apologies, first of all, for any mistakes, or if we haven't mentioned or given a shout to anybody. I want to sum it up by explaining the date. The date is very important for your diaries. I know it's near, we haven't got much now, but it's Sunday, the 22nd of June, 2025. Where's it going to be held at? If you don't know, you better know, because it's at one of the premier excellent facilities called Boddington Sports Complex in Leeds. Is that right, North Leeds?
Yeah, the Boddington Football Hub.
Yeah.
In Ardell in Leeds. It's a partnership project between the University of Leeds, so it's a university facility in partnership with the Football Foundation. So it's recently refurbished facility, so it's a brand new facility.
And I'd say it would be probably state of the art. It's well maintained, isn't it? That's something to look forward to. There have been times when you've been to tournaments and they're not very well sort of maintained, where the surface is not very well, but you're there on the day. You've made that trek, be it from London, Milton Keynes, Birmingham. You've made that trek and you've got there and you're not happy. So we aim to please. We aim to please. It's for your purpose that you go and compete and play on that pitch, and you said that it's a half decent pitch. So that's something else as well. And the Boddington Sports Hub. Now I'm going to wrap up this segment of the show for now. I'm going to thank you to my guests on the sofa. Nasir has disappeared off the sofa. He's not fallen on the back of the sofa, has he? He'll be back at some point. But thank you, Kobe, from Leeds. Are you from Nano FC?
Yeah.
Kobe from Nano FC for
Thank you.
joining us for this live event. I thank you, Riaz, for joining us. Our main sponsor, Faisal, thank you again for joining us. And Shahidul from BEAP. And it's thank you from myself and the camera. The cameraman's indicating to me, oh, what about me? What about me? Thank you again to Masood for televising this
From Mac
for us.
Digital. Mac Digital.
From Mac Digital. If I can pronounce the name properly, have I done it right? You've heard it here, Mac Digital. Thank you and good night. God bless. So that was me without an audition. I don't know whether I did that, but I made a fool of myself.
Well done.